Welcome to the 8th grade Math Homework Helper Series. Tonight's homework is T-7, Rotations Around the Origin. Remember, a rotation is a transformation that turns a figure about a fixed point, called the point of rotation. An object and its rotation are the same shape and size and are congruent. The figures may be turned clockwise or counterclockwise directions. And we're going to do all of number 2. Number 2 states that you should draw the following rotations and record the new coordinates of the rotations. And we're starting with figure ABC. And it says, for A, rotate figure ABC around the origin counterclockwise 90 degrees. So if we're moving something counterclockwise 90 degrees, we're going to change the coordinates so that the Y value comes first, and it's negative, and the X value comes second. So if we take a look at A, we have negative 6, 3. Well, the negative 3 is going to become the X value. We're going to move Y to the front. And since it's negative Y, the two negatives are going to cancel out, and that's going to make a positive 3. The X value is going to stay exactly as it is and just hop to the back. So we should get a positive 3, negative 6. Same thing here. We are going to take the original coordinate of B, negative 6, 1, and you can see that's right here, negative 6, negative 1. And we're going to take the negative 1 and bring it to the front, and we're going to do the negative of the original, so the two negatives are going to make a positive 1, and negative 6 is just going to hop to the back and become the Y coordinate. And negative 3 is going to become a positive 3 for the front, and negative 1 is going to stay in the Y section, but stay negative. And if you look at those points and connect them, you should create a triangle that looks like this. Remember to put your marks next to each of the letters to show that it is a creation of the original. Okay, let's take a look at B. We're still using figure ABC, but this time we're going around the origin clockwise 180 degrees. Well, 180 degrees, regardless of the direction, whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise, is simply going to take both coordinates and make them negative. And if one of the coordinates is already negative, then that's going to become positive because the two negatives will become a positive. So if you had 2, 3, you would have negative 2, negative 3. So let's see how that applies in this case. So we have two negative numbers, a negative 6 and a negative 3. If we make them both negative, the two negatives are going to cancel each other out. So we're going to wind up with a positive 6, a positive 3, which is right here on the graph. Notice this time for my mark, I have 2 marks because this is the second shape, the second transition being made from the same shape. Okay, for B, I have a negative 6 and negative 1, both negative numbers, and since I would use the negatives of them, they're both going to become positives. So it's going to be positive 6, positive 1, which is right here. That's my B. And negative 1, negative 3 is going to become positive 1, positive 3 because of this rule. And when they're connected, you should have translated shape ABC over to here in the first quadrant. Okay, the last rotation we're going to do is not involving ABC anymore. It is involving JKL, this shape right here. Now I went ahead, as I did with ABC, and I put the coordinates for the shape as it's given on the sheet. So L is negative 3, 3. J is negative 3, 7. K is negative 5, 5. And I moved them over to here just so we can compare them to the way we're going to change. And we're moving clockwise 90 degrees. The rule for moving clockwise 90 degrees is to bring y to the front, and x becomes a negative. So we're going to bring y to the front, which means 7 is going to be my first number, and my x becomes a negative version of itself, and the two negatives are going to make a positive. So this would become 7, 3. And that point sitting very close to the last figure we made. For j is 7, 3. We are bringing y to the front, so 5, this 5 is going to be my new x-coordinate, and the negative of the x is going to become my new y-coordinate. Well, a negative of a negative 5 is going to become a positive 5, so this is going to become 5, 5. And that goes right up here. And lastly, we have negative 3, 3. Same situation as these other ones. The y-coordinate gets moved up to become my x-coordinate, so we're going to have a positive 3 here. And the negative of the x-coordinate goes here, which two negatives are going to make a positive, so we're looking at a 3, 3. Which is right here on top of our second ABC shape. And that gives us figure JKL, and you can see the points are plotted here. Make sure again you want to make your mark next to each of the letters so that you can show that this is a translation of the original. Please use the work that was done for you tonight to help you to solve the additional problems that are on your homework. And remember, the key to success in math is not only working hard, but working smart.